Hi guys, it's Amy with A2Z Stamping doing another scrapbook layout for you. So today I have these three photographs. These three pictures, they each measure 3 3/4 by 5. And I thought I'd do just a simple little layout. And I wanted to use the Bunch of Blossoms stamp set and the Blossom Punch to go along with this layout. Now sometimes I know some of us are card makers, some of us are scrapbookers, and some of us are both. And we all have stamp sets, but a lot of times when we're doing our scrapbooking, we might not think to incorporate them into our layouts. And I wanted to show you how easy it can be. And it also can sort of be the inspiration you want for your layout. Okay, so I'm starting with a 12 by 12 piece of Night of Navy cardstock. And this comes in the Regal's Best Pack. That's where you can get it. You get Cherry Cobbler, Garden Green, and Night of Navy. And I'm just going to leave that 12 by 12. Then I have a piece of Whisper White cardstock that is cut. Let's see. I have a piece of Whisper White and another piece of Night of Navy. And I'm just going to mount this on to this one. So this one right here is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And the Whisper White is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So I'm just going to mount this with my snail adhesive right on here. And this is going to be just for the center picture. I'll show you what my plan was here. So let me go ahead and mount this, and let me get this middle picture. These photographs are actually, this is me. These were some of my senior pictures from high school. So I know, I'm finally getting around to scrapbooking them. Okay, so it's going to go right along like this. And you can't really tell, but I actually took my ruler and measured exactly this 6-inch point of my layout, and I marked it, which is right there, because I wanted this to be right in the very center. Hold on just a second, guys. I have a kid coming home. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. So it's going to go just like this. Let's see here. So I think I'm going to, first thing I'm going to do is put adhesive on the back of these two. And I'm going to line it up almost to the very edge, not quite. So I've got right there, and one more. And I'm going to use my ruler just so I can try to get it as straight as I can. I don't want it too totally crooked, and sometimes I have trouble with that. Let's see, I might need to stand up to put this on here. So this one's going to go right about right here. There we go. Okay. And then this one's going to go right in the middle like so. But before I stick that on, I'm going to grab some of my Whisper White ribbon here. This is the Whisper White Classic Weave ribbon. And I'm just going to take two little pieces. Let's see, 1, 2. And I want it to kind of look like, I just wanted it to kind of look like a little bit of an easel. So what I'm going to do is, let's see. I'm going to stick some adhesive on the back here of my, don't want to get it on my layout there. So I'm going to stick some on here and on here, and let's see if I got that about right. And I'm just going to wrap it up right to the little mark I made at the top, like so. Okay, so that looks like it's going to be fine. So I'm going to, while this is flipped over here, I'm going to stick the adhesive on. Put this down. Uh-oh, I see I bumped my picture here. There we go. So this one's going just like so. Come on. And then I'm going to just take these two and flip them over and tuck them under like this. And actually, I'm just going to take a piece of Scotch tape to tape these down. Okay. All right. Then I took more of this ribbon, and I already tied just a little bow. I just did a freestanding bow. And let me grab a mini glue dot here, and I'm going to stick that right on the back of my, and this is going to go right here at the top. Okay, there, just to kind of girly it up a little bit. All right, so now I needed to do something with the bottom, and this is where the Bunch of Blossoms punch came in. So I decided to make these flowers, and I wanted 3 of them. So let me go ahead and show you how they're done. So I'm gonna actually set this aside. All right, so what I did was, this is a 3-step stamp process. And I already stamped most of my leaves, but I thought I'd show you guys, I'd leave one to do and show you guys how it's done. Okay, so for the, so for the bottom one, I did basic gray ink. Okay. And let's grab out the 3 stamps we need. We need 1, 2, and 3. I like to just get them all, the 3 I'm doing. Okay, and a block. So I start with the solid. Having trouble with this one sticking. I start with the solid, ink it up, and then I like to stamp off twice because I want it really light. And let's see, I'm actually going to stamp it upside down, and I'll show you why in a second. Okay, so see, you could barely see it, and that's fine. I grab my scrub so I can clean these off. Okay, then I'm going to grab the second one, and same thing again. I'm going to ink it up. This time I'm just going to stamp off once and stamp right over the top. That's number 2. And then finally with this last one, I'm going to do the full strength of the ink. That's going to go right over the top like so. Okay, so there's that one. And then I also need, the next was the Night of Navy leaves. So let me stick those in there. And that's going to be these 3 right here. Okay, and I can put my basic gray away. Grab the Night of Navy. And we're going to start with the solid one. I'm going to stamp off twice, and this one I'm actually going to stamp sideways. 1. Then this next one. And I'm going to stamp off once. 2. And then the last one, right here, and full strength. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. All right, the next step then, if you're making this full flower, is to do the stars. And again, it's 3-step stamping, and I already did that one just to save a little bit of time. So I've got that right here, and I did that in the So Saffron ink. So I stamped 1, 2, I stamped off twice. I did that one, then stamped off once, then that one, then full strength did that for the So Saffron. And then I took some basic gray ink again, and I did the little dots right in the center of the star. Okay, so once you do all that stamping, and you can just stamp right onto paper if you want, but the fun thing about this stamp set is there's a Blossom Builder punch that coordinates with it, and that's this guy right here. Okay, so the way I like to do it is I will take a long strip and I will stamp all of the same image. So I stamped 15 of these in a row, and then I cut them all out at the same time. So this big one gets cut out by this piece down here. You can't really cut all the pieces out at once. That's just a little too complicated. So you line it up. I guess you could do it if you lined everything up. There are ways to do it. I don't want to say it's impossible. There are. Okay, so there's that. And then I want to cut out this other one, and this goes right up here. So easy to do though. Just line it up and punch. All right. Set that aside. And then I'll show you how I build my flower. So I like to just take a piece of scrap paper, that's what this is right here. Okay. And let me move my scrap out of the way. And I like to use my multi-purpose glue. So I'm just going to stick some right here on this little square. And then I start with my 5 bottom pieces. So I like to do 5. The number you do really is a personal preference. I just think this flower looks good with 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So your bottom layer doesn't need to be all the way close together because we'll be covering the center. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then we do our next layer. And I like to cover where the seams are. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, like so. And then, oops. And then finally, just put a little bit more glue in the middle, and I stick my centerpiece. Just like that. Give it a nice press. If there's a little bit of glue showing, that's okay, because it will dry and you won't be able to see it. And I love our multi-purpose glue. I'm actually just going to grab a scrap piece out of the garbage. I want to wipe that off. Close it up. Put the lid back on. All right. Press that down. Okay, give that a good press. All right, and now we can get back to our scrapbooking layout. So that's how I made the flower. All right, so let me pull this back out. All right, so I'm going to set my flowers where I want them. So I think I'm going to go 1, 2, and 3 like so. So I'm just going to stick some, adhesive just down right on my layout so I can press these down because the glue is still drying just a tad. 1, 2, and it gives me a reason to press them down again. 1, 2, 3. All right, and then I took the "Today is the perfect day to be happy" sentiment, and I stamped that in the Night of Navy ink just on a piece of Whisper White cardstock. But I wanted to sponge the edges, so I have my Night of Navy ink again, and I'm just going to dip my piece of sponge right in there, and I'm just going to go around my edges. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay, I think my hands are all inky now, so I don't want to touch too much. I actually have glue. I always keep baby wipes handy. Do you guys do that? Just for this reason, because I do not want to get ink all over my layout. Okay. All right, and this is going to go right here. So I'm going to stick some adhesive here. And then right at the bottom, I have my basic black Stampin' Write marker. I'm just going to write at the bottom here, Amy, age 17. That's how old I was. All right, and that is my layout. What do you think? So cute, right? And so simple. See those flowers up close? Aren't they so pretty? So anyway, don't forget to use your stamps on your scrapbook layout. Sometimes they're all the inspiration that you need. So thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you later. Thanks. Bye.